Last week I took part in the Puzzle Grand Prix round 3, and today I took part in the Pre-PGP round 3, and I'm going to compare them today. The Puzzle Grand Prix is used to select individuals to go to the World Puzzle Championships, so the puzzles in it are quite difficult. If a beginner or someone who is not good at very difficult puzzles tried these, they'd probably not be able to solve many of them because most of the puzzles in here are quite hard, and the hardest ones are definitely very difficult. So then the Pre-PGP exists, which is to prepare people to do the Puzzle Grand Prix. So it's for intermediate solvers who are not ready to do the full Puzzle GP yet, or maybe if they're ready to do the Puzzle GP, they just won't do that well. So as far as I know, anyone can participate in the Pre-PGP. However, to be considered on the beginner's scoreboard, you have to have never been in the top 50 for Puzzle Ramayana or the Puzzle GP. I haven't been in the top 50 of either of those. Oh, and another interesting thing about the Pre-PGP is it has exactly the same puzzles as in the Puzzle Grand Prix. They've just used simpler, easier puzzles. It also has a short time limit of 60 minutes instead of 2 hours. So I thought that the PGP might be quite easy, however, it wasn't too easy at all. I've done the Puzzle GP. This is the third time I've done it, so I only started doing it this year. I've done okay in it. Some rounds better than others, but I've never been close to finishing all of the puzzles. And in most of the rounds, there's always been one or more puzzles that I felt that I couldn't complete. You know, if I tried to redo the puzzle again later, I felt like it would take me a long time to do it, and it definitely wouldn't be worth doing it in the competition. But for the Pre-PGP, I thought I'd be able to finish them all maybe, because I can solve most of the Puzzle GP puzzles. However, because of the short time limit, I still struggled to complete all of the puzzles in the Pre-PGP. And I think that the portion of puzzles that I actually completed was probably similar to the amount that I'd complete in a Puzzle Ramayana. I would compare the difficulty to that as well. Although I think the difficulty in the Pre-PGP is more consistent than the Puzzle Ramayana, because the Puzzle Ramayana has some very easy puzzles and some very hard puzzles, but in the Pre-PGP I felt like the variance in difficulty wasn't so high. Although I have just looked at the points on here and I realised that the highest point puzzles are the Slitherlink Encoded and the Neurocarbe battleships, and neither of those puzzles I actually did, so maybe they are quite difficult. You might have noticed that this is in Japanese, but I believe that they also print one out in English, but when I clicked on it, I think I might have clicked on the Japanese one. All of the rules are available in English and Japanese, and the submission booklet is also available in English and Japanese. One drawback of the Pre-PGP is that there is no timer on the website to tell you how long you have left before you have to submit your times. So you should use your own timer. I just realised at the start that they have all of the same puzzle types, but that's not true. There are some puzzles in the Puzzle GP that are not in the Pre-PGP. For example, Star Battle in this round was only in the Grand Prix and not in the Pre-PGP. I think the number of puzzles available in the Pre-PGP is kept quite small due to the time limit being much shorter. But all of the puzzles in the Pre-PGP will have been found in the Puzzle GP. So if you're looking to gain experience in puzzles like what you see in the Puzzle GP, I would recommend trying the Pre-PGP. And I think it's also very good for time management, because although the puzzles are easier, it's not easy to complete them all in the amount of time that you're given. So time management is key, just like in the real Grand Prix, which I overlooked when I was preparing to do it, but I realise now that I've done it, that prioritising the puzzles you're good at is going to be very important for the Pre-PGP as well. So I think that the Pre-PGP is a very good way to prepare for the Puzzle Grand Prix. If you plan to do the Puzzle Grand Prix, or maybe you're already doing it but you're not coming in the top 50, I would recommend the Pre-PGP. It'll help you gain experience with the puzzles, and it will help you prepare for the time constraints that you'll have when you face the Puzzle Grand Prix.